too. I like to taunt you and scare you and make you feel lame. Cause in this business, that's the name of the game. I'm a big-time wrestler and I like what I do. I destroy my opponent just to entertain you. I win or I lose by the count of 3. But whatever the outcome, you can't defeat me. The ropes won't save you when I start my attack. If you try to escape, I'll just pull you back. I'll spin you like a top, and when you've had enough, I'll turn up the heat and really start to get rough. Cause I'm a big-time wrestler and I like what I do. I destroy my opponent just to entertain you. I win or I lose by the count of 3. But whatever the outcome, you can't defeat me. 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 Good evening and welcome. Chef Larry Lloyd here for Wrestle Birmingham. By the time you see this show, the matches at the Zamora Shrine Temple will have been over for a couple of hours. But you're not going to believe what we're cooking up right here in L's Kitchen for upcoming shows. Don't you dare go away.
This is Frog from Frog's E-Cast Tattoos and Diabolical Novelties.
We have one of the state's largest selections of tattoo art to choose from. We also do custom, tribal, bright color work, cover-ups, new school, old school, or anything you want. Frogs is health department certified, clean, safe, and sterile. We also offer a wide variety of piercings, jewelry, and much more. Frogs also has a newly remodeled pro skateboard shop with all your skateboard needs with brands like Zero, Black Label, Flip, Girl, Element, ATM, Spitfire, Bones, and much more. You can visit us on the web at www.frogsinkhouse.com or come by and see us at 2129 Moody Parkway in Moody, Alabama.
Tonight's show is going to be all classic matches, and there's a reason for that, because I told you earlier we were cooking up something special, and here's what's on the front burner. We are right now working on a Hall of Fame Legends of Wrestling show, and we need your help. We want to know who you would like to see. So please contact us at our website or our P.O. Box addresses below.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, we have a very special television match for you. Let me say, first of all, that in this match, it is for the Southeastern heavyweight title, and also Miss Linda has been barred from ringside. She is barred from ringside. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, the #1 challenger for the Southeastern heavyweight title as he makes his way to ringside. He weighs in at 227 pounds. From Memphis, Tennessee, here's the Junkyard Dog, Norvell Offside. Ladies and gentlemen, your Southeastern heavyweight champion at 222 pounds from the Royal Forest of Dean. Here is the exotic Adrian Street.
the exotic Adrian Street and Miss Linda being ordered from the ringside area. There you see the pink belt. It was not originally pink, I can assure you of that. Adrian Street objecting.
Adrian Street, I've talked to the promoters. The contract has been signed. I don't care what you say. She is gone and gone right now.
Again, Miss Linda being told to leave the ring area. And so, begrudgingly, she has gone to the ring apron outside. Now let's see if she does leave the area. Well, putting the belt to one side. She's staying at ringside and now being escorted away from the ring by Mike Jackson. So we'll be getting underway as Miss Linda does indeed leave the ring area. Southeastern Heavyweight Championship on the line, and the exotic Adrian Street appears to be more than somewhat concerned, and it's Norvell Austin catching him again. Norvell moving with newfound confidence now. Drops him with a hard right hand to the side of the jaw. Norvell Austin catches him an elbow to the base of the skull. Another hard right hand to the cheek. And Norvell, a stinging right hand. Another one over the ear. And look at that coiffure of exotic Adrian Street blocked again. He makes a wild swing, and Norvell connects with a hard right hand. The exotic one, Adrian Street, in trouble here. Remember, the Southeastern Heavyweight Championship on the line. Street makes to the ring ropes. Norvell pulls him back inside. Norvell connects with a hard right hand. A lot of things happening here on this hour of Continental Championship Wrestling. Norvell outside and Street taking advantage of that situation. Living up to his last name, he is a street brawler as well. Street in trouble. Norvell Austin him up. Full body slam on the timer's table. And so the Nightmares are going to be coming out in chicken suits, huh? And it is Adrian Street in a lot of trouble. Norvell Austin very much in charge now. Watch the Southeastern Tag Team Championship change hands on this hour. And it looks to me like we could very easily be seeing the Southeastern Heavyweight Championship change hands. Norvell. And he's not trying fancy. He is just using a good, solid, hard right hand. And is fairly well beating Adrian Street to a pulp. Catches him again and again to the midsection. The exotic Adrian Street in a lot of trouble here. Southeastern champion hanging onto those ring ropes. Norvell Austin brings him back to the center of the ring. Headbutt puts Street back to the ring ropes once again. Norvell Austin closes in. Austin looking very strong now. Well, now who was that? Who was that? Exotic Street getting a pinfall. But somebody came from outside and attacked Norvell Austin for the word. Let's go to our ring announcer.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the official time of 4 minutes and 13 seconds, the fall in the match go to the exotic Adrian Street.
Man, I knew what happened. Gordon, don't go nowhere. I gotta talk to you. I'll be right there. Sit there.
All right, Norvell Lawton making his way up here. Let's take another look and see if we can identify that female form that came up. All right. Looking for it. Well, I'll tell you what, it's hard to say. That head donned in a kerchief, it's difficult to say exactly who that was. But I think all of us can hold to a suspicion that indeed that very well could have been Miss Linda. Well, I'll tell you what, it certainly looked to me like it was the same problem as before.
Man, hey, I'm sick and tired of it. I'm fed up with it to here. And I knew I had a sneaking feeling that she wasn't going to leave the building. That's why I called you earlier in Florida during the course of the week. I'm sick and tired of it. You show these people, they got a surprise. You saw what I showed you. And I'm through with it. I ain't got nothing else to say.
Oh, hey, you know, there's nothing I like better first thing in the morning than a nice stack of flapjacks. I mean, delicate round pastry delights. And they're so much fun to prepare, too. We'll be right back.
Berry Productions, your source for technical management, staging, and sound and light systems. We'll deliver, set up, and make the magic happen, whether we're using our equipment or yours. We have a top-notch arsenal of sound and light systems that will make your next event sizzle and shine. And our highly professional staging services will have you up and running in no time and looking better than ever. With prices designed for your bottom line, you can't beat Berry Productions. 205-987-3211.
Bob Armstrong was the Southeastern heavyweight champion many times. Here's a match from the early 80s between Bob and Tony Lawton.
Introducing from Marietta, Georgia, the Southeastern heavyweight champion, Bullet Bob Armstrong. And his opponent, Tony Lawton. Tony Lawton. This for the Southeastern Heavyweight Championship. Jacques, it's quite an opportunity to see Bob Armstrong putting this title on the line on television.
Well, you know, Charlie, everybody's after that Southeastern title. You know myself, I had it last year. Jos LeDuc is after that title. Everybody's after that title. And as a matter of fact, speaking about titles, you know that Harley Race is the world champion now. And Ric Flair done slip off and lost to Harley Race and came over here and had to prove himself again in the Southeastern region by beating Bob Armstrong and end up losing to Bob Armstrong. So now I know one thing for sure is when that champion, that world champion comes in the region, I know one man that's going to be looking forward is Bob Armstrong.
You're looking at the man right now that's trying to beat Harley Race for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. And what a matchup that will be.
You know, I think everybody in the world is after that title, and I know one person right now that you could tell. You look at the arms of Bob Armstrong, and you look the way that he goes in that ring in shape. Well, you know that he spends at least an hour or two every day in that gymnasium and takes his job seriously. He's been doing it for a while, and he's been doing it great.
He's maintaining control of the match with a side headlock right now on Tony Lawton. Lawton,
well, what a chance for this Lawton here if he had to upset the champion. Could you imagine on TV right now becoming champion would open him some contracts all around the world?
Exactly right. Again, Armstrong, Jacques, maintaining control of this match with just that side headlock.
Well, you don't go in the ring with the champion and expect to push him around and control the match with him. You go in with a champion like he's doing right now. He's trying to get off, just get out of Bob's way, because Bob is one of the men in here that when he decides to make a way into somebody like that, he'll go and he'll jack your jaws, like he says.
That's right. And there you see Lawton over in the corner, kind of getting a second breath there. Looking as if I wish things would slow down right here, but he's in the ring with Bob Armstrong.
Well, you know, Bob Armstrong is one of the persons that went through a lot of rough times and through a lot of years in the wrestling career. You end up with a lot of problems, but he seems like now that he's solved a lot of those problems, and he sure looks to me like he's on the world champion's right track.
Exactly right. Side headlock now by Tony Lawton. We'll see just how effective he can be against the Southeastern heavyweight champion with that move. There you see Armstrong going for it right there, using that power in those arms. And just standing wrist lock by Armstrong. Wait a minute, Lawton.
You hear the people now cheering on for Bob Armstrong, their favorite. But I'll tell you, that Lawton boy, he ain't going to go in there and just say, Bob Armstrong, you're the champion. I'm going to put my shoulders down and beat me. He's going to go in there and he's going to give Bob Armstrong all he's got.
And he's giving him all he's got, plus maybe taking a few shortcuts in the process from what we see here. A test of strength again, standing wrist lock, Armstrong and Lawton. Let's see. Wait a minute. See there again, pulling that hair.
Boy, he's going to keep that.
Larry Brock caught him. Larry Brock caught him and calls for the break. Lawton right in on top of Armstrong. Elbow to the top of the head. Head first into that turnbuckle goes Bob Armstrong at the hands of Lawton. And Lawton gaining some momentum in this match. Good shoulder. Good elbow right to the shoulder area of Armstrong, crashing down in the chest now, and certainly this is going to slow the Southeastern champion down, Jacques.
He's bringing it to him, I'll tell you. He's bringing it to him. By the way, there's so much excitement in this championship match right now. I would like to mention that my brothers are wrestling up in Canada right now, and they will be coming to the Southeastern region sometime soon.
Look forward to seeing that, I guarantee you. I tell you what, the Rougeau family, quite a reputation, world-renowned Rougeau family.
Well, you're talking about reputation and families. You're talking about the Armstrongs down in the South. Boy, we hear it all the way up to Montreal, boy, when you talk about Armstrongs. You're talking about men and some people, and even Scott, the youngest one, have so much to go through right now. He's standing up there, and he's working hard with his brother in that ring, and boy, we got to give credit where credit is due, Charlie.
They have certainly come a long way, both Brad and Scott, and certainly I know Bob is very proud of these two young men. Right now, let's see.
Oh, he ain't going to outpower Bob Armstrong.
Yeah, let's see who the better man is in this particular situation.
You look at 20-inch arms on him, you ain't going to beat him. Bob's got them arms, don't he? You look from here, boy, and I can't believe how Bob could not have about 150% more power than that Lawton boy, so he's going to have to go ahead and do more than he's doing right now, Charlie, to beat him.
And he is grinding away at that left arm of Tony Lawton, and it's beginning to show. Lawton goes down to one knee. I tell you what, Lawton finding out exactly what he's up against in the Southeastern heavyweight champion here.
I'll tell you what, Charlie, Harley Race better go ahead and get ready. I know he must be right now because he's world champion, but this man in the ring right here, Bob Armstrong, the Southeastern champion, is waiting for him. He's talking to him in the road. When we're in the dressing rooms, he talks about the world title. He works out and talks about the world title. He wants it, and I think he's the man that could get it.
Armstrong breaking that up. Good connection to the side of the head on Tony Lawton. Armstrong once again grabbing that left arm, barring it up, and putting that pressure on the shoulder.
He always keeps that arm, don't he? He's one of them smart wrestlers that go in there and try and get a hold on an arm or something and just stick to it, and that's the way to put your opponent down to the floor. As you can see, that Lawton boy, he's getting tired. He's trying to get rid of Bob, but Bob ain't going to let go so easy because he is the Southeastern champion.
Armstrong did not relinquish, and there he is, maintained that arm bar on Tony Lawton. Lawton very smartly goes for the rope in this situation, wouldn't you say?
Well, I'll tell you, he's in a position where he's going to have to start doing a lot more than that running because that Bob Armstrong's in top shape and he's coming.
He did get the break with that foot on the bottom rope, maybe give him a little breather against Bob Armstrong. Collar and elbow again.
What a move. We've been having so much interference here, Charlie, lately in these programs. I was very happy to hear that Southeastern took a step to it because it makes it interesting for the people to see two wrestlers go in the ring and have a winner out of there, you know.
And also makes it interesting, I think, and it's only fair that not only do they have a fair chance one-on-one against each other, but when one is out here, let him speak his piece, let the other one come out and say his piece of the night, and you get both opinions there.
Well, would you look at that Lawton boy? He sure took a shortcut, and he's going to work on Bob, but that ain't going to stay there for long. You got to give credit to that Lawton boy. He's a pretty big boy, you know.
Armstrong. Elbow being dropped on Bob Armstrong by Lawton. Tries for a pin, 2 count, and Bob Armstrong powers out. Lawton complaining about Larry Brock counting slow, maybe. I don't think that's the case. Lawton now looking good against the bullet. Southeastern heavyweight champion Bob Armstrong. Armstrong now could be in a little bit of trouble.
Well, I'll tell you what, if anybody has a chance to go and see Bob Armstrong's forehead, I'm sure you heard it. He's cut to the bone on that forehead. Jos LeDuc done put his belt to him. And I'm going to tell you one thing. There's a lot of things going on in this region that shouldn't be going on. And Bob may be suffering right now a little bit of being tired because he's going to have to face guys like that go and take shortcuts all the time. But he ain't going to lose his title championship match on TV here because Bob Armstrong is a legend in the South. And you watch right now why he ain't going to lose it, because he's got some guts. And the Armstrongs are fighters.
And a lot of fight, exactly. And the ropes goes Lawton. Armstrong catches his man. Fist to the midsection. Doubles over Lawton. Armstrong up and behind it. Good atomic drop.
What a knock. Whoa, I like that, Bob.
Certainly that bottom reaching to the back of Lawton, feeling the effects of that one. Lawton hurled into that. Oh, good move by Tony Lawton.
Oh, I guess we're interested. What a pinfall. What a pinfall, Charlie. What an accomplished wrestler, Bob Armstrong.
There you see the Southeastern Heavyweight Champion victorious, successfully defending the Southeastern Heavyweight Championship on television today. You'll see the winner of the match now coming out, Bullet Bob Armstrong. And while you're here, Jacques, let's take a couple of moments. Bullet Bob Armstrong, we're talking about all the competition here in the Southeastern wrestling area, what is happening. Bob Armstrong is one of those on probation as far as his rules violation is concerned from last week. He, Robert Fuller, and Jos LeDuc. Of course, LeDuc starting that whole situation. And some comments Bob made earlier and Robert made earlier about what's right is right puts me in a type of position that, hey, I don't know how to answer that question because I've got have to answer to the board of directors, but I do think that there is some merit in what Robert and Bob had to say. What's right is right, and when one man gets in that ring on, say, another one, and it becomes 2-on-1 situation, you have to kind of watch yourself.
Well, you saw what happened, and you ain't going to see no more 2-on-1s because myself, Bob, and Super O are going to go ahead and take care of what we got to, and no more interference.
You know, the mark of a really fine chef is the way he uses a delicate blend of herbs and spices. And just a little there, and, well, maybe a little more, and, yeah, oh, that's looking really good. And, of course, a good chef always uses a little fine wine. Oh, to add a little flavor. Oh, nothing like it. A little for the chef. Oh, yeah, we'll be right back. You know, some of the guys were really steamed in some of these interviews. Let's take a look at them now. So, yeah, a little for you. A little for me. We'll be back.
Bob will return. Southeastern Heavyweight Championship match as Bullet Bob Armstrong will defend against the Canadian lumberjack, Jos LeDuc. And we have some comments from Joe.
Bob Armstrong, this is a man's world. They can look at you now in that ring. I split your head up open from one ear to the other. What do you want to do now, Armstrong? This is going to be a return title match for the Southeastern Championship. And Bob Armstrong, you and I know who is the true champion. Of course, I know the NWA don't want no more loser leave town. The big boy is back. The big boy is back from a loser leave town. You're not going to leave town, but you're going to leave me alone after I'm through with you, Armstrong. Because that belt's going to be mine around my waist.
There he is, Jos LeDuc, and he'll be gunning for that Southeastern Heavyweight Championship Monday night.
Righto, and one thing you ought to think about when you go in a ring with Jos LeDuc, think that you're going to be hurt because he's going to hurt you. He's going to try to hurt you bad. We just saw some film of where he hurt me real bad. In fact, he gave me some scars I'll have for the rest of my life. He took that Canadian steel-studded belt, beat my brains out, drove that big buckle to the bone. But one thing about it, Charlie, after all that, I've still got the belt. That proves one thing, that the bullet can take a licking and keep on ticking. Now, he's a great big man, but I ain't no shrimp myself, and my heels ain't round from being pushed over, because in the Magic City, I've had some tough matches. I've won some tough ones. I beat Ric Flair there. I'm holding on this belt. I'm waiting for the world title. Jos LeDuc's coming after it hard. He wants to hurt some people. But like my buddy Ken Lucas said, what goes around comes around. Now, you had your day like every dog does, and now it's the Bullet's day in Birmingham. Big, strong man. He ain't no bigger, it ain't no stronger, and he don't want to be champion no more than the Bullet does. So when we get to the Magic City Monday night, you bring them big old tree-cutting boots you got, because I'm going to yell timber when I jack your jaw with this 22-inch B-ham ham, and when you hit the mat, brother, it's going to be a big shake-up at ringside. Because one thing about it, the only way I'll lose this is to be unconscious, and you don't pack the gear to knock me out.
My specialty is coming along nicely. I think it needs a little bit more wine, though. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Well, that's all the time we have for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And besides, my pièce de résistance is just about ready. And my buddy Mad Jack, who's in the studio with us tonight, is going to get the first taste of it. Come on in here, Jack. Get a taste of that.
You got a little bit of everything in there.
Yeah. What do you think?
You know, that's not too bad at all.
Jack. Oops. Wrong bottle. Anyway, don't forget, we'll be back next week right here on 3340 at 12:05. Make your plans to be with us. Till then, this is your host, Larry Lloyd, Chef Larry Lloyd, for Wrestle Birmingham. Call the Poison Control Center. Learn to fly, because you'll hit the mat hard when you come from the sky. Because I'm a big-time wrestler and I like what I do. I destroy my opponent just to entertain you. I win or I lose by the count of 3. But whatever the outcome, you can't defeat me. The ropes won't save you when I start my attack. If you try to escape, I'll just pull you back. I'll spin you like a top, and when you've had enough, I'll turn up the heat and really start to get rough. Because I'm a big-time wrestler and I like what I do. I destroy my opponent just to entertain you. I win or I lose by the count of 3. But whatever the outcome, you can't defeat me. I'll throw you and kick you and make you feel sick. I'll set you on fire like a candle wick. The ref will yell and the fans will complain, but that won't save you from feeling the pain. I'm a big-time wrestler and I like what I do. I destroy my opponent just to entertain you. I win or I lose by the count of 3. But whatever the outcome, you can't defeat me.